Man, Andrew, when you see what it caused?
I know the soil full time.
So what you trying to say? Every week I'm gonna see somebody do something different.
Oh.
Right now, the soil rich. Soil rich. You can grow money. You could grow money in that joker. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, man. All right, cool. All right, so for sure we're gonna continue from where we left off last week. Of course with the coup. All right. So like time again. All right, I had a hard time starting this thing up. I'm gonna get it tight. Right. So now, first off, any questions? Anybody have any questions?
Okay.
Go ahead.
So it's like question on Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 4.
Ecclesiasticus 39 and 4.
And verse 10, sir.
All right. Let's see if we could get it real quick.
Okay. All right. Done. Officer. Okay, all right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 4. He shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he has tried the good and the evil among men. So it's like, yes, sir. The question is, what does it mean for he has tried the good and the evil among men? What are you talking about, sir?
Wait at Ecclesiasticus 39 and 1?
I was forced.
Okay. Read again.
Okay, sir. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 4. He shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travel to strange countries, for he hath tried the good and the evil among men.
Okay. Come on with it. Let me hear what you think it means.
I know, sir.
No sweat. Anybody want to take a shot?
Like I say.
Go ahead.
I think that this probably saying that you will see the character of men, whether they're good or evil. Why is
Close with it. Anybody else? Go ahead, Nigel.
Like I said, people also be able to judge.
Yeah, you answered there. Okay. He had tried the good and the evil among men, meaning he tried men, meaning he able to assess and analyze as you're going through. Okay, this is talking about a man in the work of the Lord. Right? A man in the work of the Lord, brother, he 1 minute he here, next minute he on the moon. Right? Teaching, he going everywhere, teaching, he doing what he had to do. If you read it from the top, you would see what I'm talking about. Right? And he's saying he traveled to strange countries, for he had tried the good and the evil among men, meaning in his goings and his doings, he was able to experience good things and bad things, as in anything. As in anything, just like Andrews, you have a background in sports. You played with great players, and you played with some brothers who probably should consider another sport, right? Right or wrong? You all hearing me?
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you try the good and the evil among men, meaning you have experienced it. This is talking about now. This is a brother who have experience. He experienced things. He experienced so much. He experienced good brotherhood, and then he experienced some vile, disgusting, greedy Christians. You understand? He experienced some vile, disgusting, greedy Muslims. He experienced some, you know. He experienced the good and he experienced the bad. You understand? It's like that. You understand, Sean?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
And verse 10, sir. Read.
Yeah. Go ahead, Salaki. Go ahead.
No, sir. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 10. Nation shall show forth his wisdom, and the congregation shall declare his praise. Right? What the context of nation says, says who?
It's twofold. Right? It's twofold. This scripture here, me personally, to help me understand it, okay, from the top to all the way down to here, I always relate it to Commander Gen.YAHANNA. I'm not saying this is written about him. Don't nobody go say, I'm saying, hey, Commander Gen.YAHANNA in the Bible, look at me here. That's not what I'm saying, right? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when I look at the qualities and what they're describing, that's who comes to my mind. You get the point? Read verse 10 again.
Nation shall show forth his wisdom, and the congregation shall declare his praise.
Right. So now this is directly talking about Israel, right? Nation shall show forth his wisdom, and the congregation will declare his praise. Once again, this is a man who the people, you know, because of his work, the people could echo his work. The people could now come and, you know, reiterate or say what he was doing and echo his praise, meaning to give him praise, give him props for what he's been doing. All right? And nations will show his wisdom. Why?
Stalakia.
Go ahead.
Because I mean, the nations is against Israel itself, so I guess they dislike him then, sir.
Okay, but how does nations show his wisdom?
I guess so.
Come on.
They will take his advice or his wisdom when he's speaking.
Who?
The nation and the congregation.
The Israelites. You understand? Is the Israelites who this man came through and taught and gave his knowledge to, they will show forth his wisdom. You understand?
Can.
You'll get it or no? I ain't hearing. Only Lewis are hearing. The bar, you there?
Got on one concert.
All right, no sweat. It looked like we lost the other brothers.
Yeah.
For sure looked like we lost them.
Yeah, they just left the chat, sir.
Yeah, I think they probably jammed up with the internet. All right. All right. So somebody just read it again for me, huh?
Can, sir. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 10. Nation shall shew forth his wisdom, and the congregation shall declare his praise.
Right. Nations will show forth his wisdom. Of course, the 12 tribes of Israel, that's also the nations, because we scattered in many nations. But of course, the heathen will also show his wisdom as he going through. Remember, he traveling to different lands, going through wherever. What you see happening on them tapes where the heathens come up and they get cut. You understand? The wisdom is being shown through them because they done, you know, they get schooled. Or you done present to some heathen and, you know, he or she done, you know, get down on all fours and done kiss everybody booth because the wisdom is being shown forth there. You understand?
Come.
So it's like that. All right. I hope when they review it, they're gonna see the answer to it anyhow. Anybody else had any questions? Rough tonight, because I would definitely want to continue with the coup, and that's what that's definitely gonna pertain a little bit more with them brothers. All right. Let's see what's going on. Anybody else have any questions?
Another one.
Hold on.
That's this Jeep a little hot, so.
And you can't turn it on and run the AC?
Well.
Or it gonna be too noisy?
Yeah, you check. It ain't gonna make no sense doing the car. You know the Wrangler, the AC, that it kind of old, you know, so it gonna definitely make a noise. So you don't.
You wanna try it and see? Just give it a try.
Okay.
Just give it a try. If it's too loud, then maybe if you call in, would you be able to go somewhere where it's a little bit cooler?
Well, I just roll along the second window, so it's okay. I'm fine.
Nah, brother. You ain't gonna slow cook. You ain't gonna slow cook in the class, we done reach the end of class, brother, and you would done pass out at the goddamn mouth. I'd be in counsel over a dead body. Turn down G4 and put the air on that. If you can't turn the air on, then you know not go inside.
So like you, sir, to be honest, it don't have no free air, no. Just regular air.
Oh shit. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like, I know how we roll. Now, okay, so listen, now, if it gets too unbearable, you could always call in and go somewhere where it's cooler. You know what I mean? If it get unbearable to that point, call in and go somewhere where it's cooler, all right? All right. So we good to go?
Yeah, sure. I can't.
Anything else?
So, yes, let's look at the thing on the nation parts, right?
Okay, the nations it's one of those scriptures that could be used both ways, but directly it's speaking about the 12 tribes because we scattered in all nations. You understand? Each tribe is like a nation. You understand? Each tribe is like we ain't 20 people, we millions of people each tribe. So it's like a nation. But also the nations as in the heathens, because as you go in, traveling place to place and dropping the knowledge, you are going to battle heathens, and your wisdom going to be shown through them.
Okay. You
understand? You're going to, you're going to blaze on some heathen. You're going to educate them about their history when they try to come up against you. You're going to pull the scriptures. The Lord going to be with you, and some heathen going to get down on all hands and knees and kiss your boots. You get the point? So it's kind of, you could be used for both, but of course it's talking about, again, this is Israel. And, go ahead, Nigel.
Could this also be a reference as how King Solomon and his wisdom and nations, people from all different lands used to come and give him hard questions?
That is a good example of it. That's an excellent example of it, because of his wisdom he was known. You understand? Because of his wisdom. The whole thing is talking about if you serve the Lord and obey him and apply what you learn to your life, you will get real fame, real life fame. This is not to try to make you seek fame, but it's letting you know the amount of power that is in the wisdom of the Lord.
Okay.
The point is not to make it be like, oh shit, if I learn these breakdowns, I'm gonna be famous. No, it's not. Don't think like that. Just understand that it's trying to let you know that applying the Lord's laws to your life is going to give you power. It's going to give you a certain amount of power and authority that other men have to become slaves to another nation to get. You understand? Other men have to be, you know, kill themselves physically to even get all your actors and athletes. They damn near killing themselves every day to get, you know, power from the heathens. When you just obey the Lord, brother, and the heathen will drop to his knee. Then will back up off you. The point is, it's a different, it's showing you that living as a righteous man following the Lord, you be empowered by it. All right. Go ahead.
A quick question. So the same Zechariah 1:6, when it says not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, it means that.
As again, Zechariah what?
1:6. Let's say not by might, but not by power, but by my spirit. Say the Most High. In other words, when you trust in the Most High and you're working and you're operating in that spirit, the byproduct of operating in that spirit is the power of the Most High.
Hold on. Say it one more time. How the scripture said not by what?
By might, not by power, but by my spirit. Zechariah 1:6, right? So, in other words, the byproduct of operating in the spirit of the Most High, which is a man who not seeking fame, but all his, but he operating in that, and the way the Most High designed him to operate. The byproduct of that is the power that come along with it. Like how Samuel and them was great men, was powerful men, Ezekiel and them was powerful men, Isaiah, Jeremiah.
Right. It's like that. It's like that. When it says not by might or power, meaning whatever you do in the work of the Lord has nothing to do with you.
Right.
And it's something to remember because it's easy to get big-headed. Okay. You understand? The scriptures say wisdom puffeth up. It's easy to get big-headed because, of course, you the one talking. You the one blazing, you the one cutting people, and you the one saying something to make everybody go, ooh. But brother, you gotta understand that you is nothing. I'm nothing in this shit. I'm absolutely nothing. I'm trying to make the Lord pleased with me so he doesn't kill me. I'm trying to make the Lord pleased so my life is not useless to him. That he could do something with me. So I don't have to die for all the dumb shit I did in the past. For all the filth I did in the past. It's important to understand that whatever you achieve in the truth, no matter how small, it is the Lord's will and nobody else. And the Lord is the author of all things. If he wants it to happen, it's going to happen. If he doesn't want it to happen, it's not going to happen. You understand? So if you get on his side, if you obey him and serve him and get on his side, brother, what you want to happen, he will also let it happen. You get the point? Or what he wants to happen, he will make it known to you that this is going to happen. So now you could tell people, and of course, people are going to start listening to you because you obviously are a man of law. You get the point? That can definitely be the case, right? That can definitely be the case. So yes, in that context, that's what we're talking about. That's it. Okay. So now we any more questions or we good to go? Good to go now? Okay, no sweat. So now we're gonna continue with the coup, all right? We're gonna do this, just a good recap. I know last week we had a good introduction. Somebody bring me up to speed with what we went over last week. Come on, son. What's going on? All right, no sweat. Sudaka, bring me up to speed with what we had last week.
Last week we were speaking about the leader of the Jamaat between Trinidad, which is I.S.U.P.K. Coup the Trinidad Tobago. That was about 20 years ago.
All right. Anybody else?
Like I said.
Go ahead.
You want to discuss how Islam reached into Trinidad?
Discuss how Islam reached into Trinidad. And what bearing does that have on this whole situation? What does that mean? Come on, Clyde.
So basically, you know that the origins of Islam came from the East Indians from India. It was not a custom of the people.
It was not a custom of our people, so it's worshiping what?
Idols.
A false god, another god. Right? What else? What else we covered last week?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. We covered the same on a different side, so the Rastafarianism. The original Rastafarianism also came with the arrival of East Indians.
Right? How they brought the different religions, fake religions, and false religions for brothers and sisters to follow. What else we covered?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
We was talking about Islam before modern Islam. That it used to have a lot of idol worshiping.
Right.
Right. Ancient Islam before modern Islam, with basically came about the concept of one God.
Right. That's correct. That's correct. That's important. That's important. Also, somebody pulled Jeremiah 3:3. I don't think we got to that last week. All right. Anything else?
So like I said, they was also bringing out that Islam started really taking mainstream like in the 1960s, really civil rights period.
And it used, what did it use as, you know, okay, not what did it use, but it came about, it started really getting momentum in that time period. Somebody again, something like that. Wow, let me see if that's you. I know you're the usual suspect. SHALAM, yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Wow, that might have been you are. No, I still get it. Lewis, just mute your phone until you're ready. Alright?
Salakia, sir, say that again.
Just mute your phone until you're ready. Not coming from any room. Alright, I think you'll have the volume up a little bit too high. Because it's scratching when it's coming back. I hear it scratching back. A little bit cleaner. Wow. I apologize. I wrongly accuse you all. I'll call 911 and tell them, hey, police, the volume too loud here. Some niggas hear the volume too loud. All right. So, somebody holding something?
Yeah, 3:3. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 3. Therefore, the showers have been withholden, and there have been no latter rain. And thou hadst a coarse forehead. Thou refused to be ashamed.
Right. This is the Lord. Somebody else break this down for me. Somebody who understands.
Clock, yes, sir.
Go ahead, Lewis.
Well, I was gonna say, like, when like if we see somebody, if we men of the Lord see somebody doing something wrong, and they refuse to like to accept that they're doing wrong, they acting shamelessly then.
Read it one more time, whoever was reading. Quickly.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 3. Therefore, the showers have been withholden, and there had been no latter rain. But thou hadst a coarse forehead. thou refuse to be ashamed.
Right? Thou refuse to be ashamed. I don't think that's what I want. I'm going to tell you exactly what I want just now. Right? So what does that verse mean?
Like I said.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir, right? Is the latter rain talking about wisdom, sir? Knowledge, understanding? And that because we had our forward forehead, we was listening to the Most High. So that caused the rain to stop, sir? That caused the wisdom and knowledge and understanding from flowing?
Okay, the rain is not wisdom and knowledge.
Alright.
Rain here is not wisdom and knowledge. Think like a black man. Think like when Israel says the words rain.
Which against but we had no benefits, so like we had no we was lacking in things that we supposed to have power.
What's another word for those things?
Salakia.
Go ahead, Gabar.
Prosperity.
Wrong word to choose. Salakia. Joel. I didn't know Joel Osteen was in the class. Go ahead, Joel. Go ahead, Joel. Go ahead, Joel Osteen.
Well, no. Well, like when we say make it rain, like we're talking about well, in modern times we talk about money, talk about funds and things like that. So I don't know another word for prosperity. Let's see.
Okay. All right, I get you. Funds, but something else is you're right. Think making it rain, money. Slacky. I just okay. Go ahead, Nigel.
Is it talking about like pulling back sex?
Say that again.
Pulling back sex? You know, like a lover pulling back.
It's talking about a blessing. Read it again.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 3. Therefore, showers have been withholden, and there has
I just
no...
I tried not to laugh, but I couldn't help it. I tried to let the moment pass. Let me tell you what to do. Go buy some Manischewitz wine. Dim the lights down. Talk nice to her. I know you know sometimes you have to make it up. Just talk nice to her, don't worry. But not talking about that. Alright, go ahead. You ready to read it one more time?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 3. Therefore, the showers have been withholden, and there has been no latter rain. And thou hadst a whore's forehead. Thou refused to be ashamed.
Right? There's been no latter rain, meaning the Lord is not blessing you. You understand? The Lord is not blessing you. When rain falls, think about what rain, think about not having rain in the literal sense, what it does for our people. What happens?
We ain't gonna eat. Salakia.
Go ahead, Lewis.
We ain't gonna eat.
You ain't gonna eat. Ain't no crops growing.
Can't.
Y'all ever see We Are the World? With them African with them 1,000 flies on them? Right? Ain't no rain going there. The ground cracked up and them Hamites have nothing but flies. Just flies. Get the point? No rain means nothing is growing. Right? We have been denied, but now he's talking to us. We have been denied the latter rain because we have had a whore's forehead. We will not be ashamed. What does that part mean? Simba, let me Simba.
Right. Yes, like yes, sir. This basically talking about we rebelling against the laws, commandments, and statutes of the Most High, sir.
That's correct. So now if we have a whore's forehead.
So like yes, sir. It means that we have adopted the other nations' doctrines and philosophies.
That's correct. But I want you to paint the whole picture as to why the Lord is saying we have a whore's forehead. Come on, Sean.
Okay, sir. Because you're hard-headed. You know, it's not like
slow down. It's real simple. It's real simple.
right.
Rocky. Why did the Lord say we have a whore's forehead? We refuse to be ashamed.
Sir.
But we're not saying the wrong things we do.
What is the wrong things we doing that he would say we have a whore's forehead? Rocky.
Not keeping the Lord already.
Come on, goddamn, no. You're right. But okay, if you could understand it this way and remember to teach it like this, you will make brothers change and sisters turn away from whatever they involve. If you get it. Come on, Clyde.
So like you say, basically always somebody who does sleep around. So we dealing with the Most High, but we still dabbling in all the other gods and the nations. And then when I mean gods, not only like gods, like serving gods, but things that the nations do. We feel that they mix up here, we mixing up in that, and we mixing up in the Most High.
Go ahead, Clyde. Give Clyde a hand. He understands that shit. The Lord is saying, you have a whore's forehead, meaning what's on your mind is to do what a whore does, which is to F everything moving. Excuse my language. I know we have kids in the room tonight. I'm going to try to censor it. Forgive me. Right? A whore would open her legs to anybody. Family, looking good. Baby, looking right. You're here, how to say, you're here on fleek. You're here on fleek. Baby, it's cold. Baby, rain falling. Baby. Imagine you had a woman who every brother could have sex with. That's your woman. That's yours. But every brother is going up in there, bro.
God damn.
Every brother is dirty in your sheet. Every brother is kissing the woman in your mouth. Putting whatever in her mouth and you coming home to her. How would you feel? How would you look at her? Lewis.
Salakia, sir. I would feel like shit. Like shit.
Oh, shit. I think we need to go nowhere else. But how would you look at her?
Disgusted, sir. Polluted.
Like she's nasty.
Yeah.
Disgusting. She's filthy. She's nasty. Now, when you're a Christian, when you become a Christian, a good Christian, a suit and tie, and what's called that thing, the crucifix on your neck, and go to church, that's how the Lord looks at you. When you're a Muslim, that's how the Lord looks at you. When you need Egyptology, that's how the Lord looks at you. You know why? Because you start off Christian, you go into the Black Power thing with Egypt, and then you end up in Islam. And then you spend enough time in Islam, when then you become a Moor, and then you become a Freemason and a Scientologist. And then finally, I don't believe in any God. And then you ask somebody asks you why, and then you say, trust me, I've been in all religions, and I don't believe in no God. Just like a whore. What does a whore say at the end of her career? Man ain't no good. How does she know man ain't no good? Because she's had many men. Done laid with so much. It's just like, I'm done. I'm with myself. Or she turns out lesbian. You get the point? God looks at us when we go and serve these other gods like a whore, brother, like another man is having sex with his woman. That's how he looks at us when now on topic for tonight, that's how he looks at us when we assalamu alaikum. That filthy Arabic language. That's how he look at us with that kufi and that man dress on. That's how he looks at us when we hold the Arabs close to us as brothers and take up arms to kill our own brothers. Like a filthy whore. Now read from Jeremiah verse 3 and 1.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 1. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again?
Right? If a man puts away his wife, and she goes and becomes another man's woman, and then she returns to him, will she become his wife again? You have a woman, she go done open her legs to somebody, some man done sweat all over your damn woman. Could she come back to you? She wouldn't, she better not. she better not. Salaki. Keep going.
Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
You understand? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? And it's hard for us to understand because our culture is, you know, so flooded with adultery that we don't even understand the original mention of adultery and fornication was serving another god. Right? This is where it's mentioned here. You'll see it. We're going to read it. Right? He's giving you the analogy of adultery and he's bringing it to serving another god. Go ahead.
But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers.
Say it again.
But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers.
Say it one more time.
But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers.
Thou hast played the whore with many lovers. What is he talking about? Religions. You understand? Religions. We have opened our legs to every god under the sun. We have bent over backwards to every, how they call it, somebody Gucci look back. we have done the Gucci look back to every god under the sun, and we supposed to be his people. You understand? We supposed to belong to him. We piss the Lord off like a man is angry with his woman when she ain't being right with him. When I say right in context of she's hoeing on him. You get the point? Go ahead.
Yet return again to me, save the Lord.
Right? But every time, just like a hoe, when the outside man done use you, abuse you, and use you all up, what she do? Pick up the phone, call Sunday evening around 6:30 when 96.1 playing, what shout your boo. Ladies, 6:55, time to shout your boo. And see, I wanna call my boo Captain Mashak. I wanna tell him I'm sorry. You understand? She wanna come back to her husband, and that's what we do. After we done dabble in all these religions and fail, we cry to the Lord every single time. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 2. Lift up thine eyes unto the high places, and see where thou hast not been lain with.
Right? What does that mean?
Go
Go ahead.
Look to all the so-called things that they esteem, all the religion they esteem in the world, and see who haven't been a part of it, partake with and say, well, you know, you trust this one, you know, I believe in this and I believe in that, to be my husband then.
Right. It's like the Lord is saying, oh, you don't think you're a hoe? Look around. Imagine a woman coming to you and be like, baby, I'm sorry. And you like, but you a hoe. And she's like, no, I ain't no hoe. And you's like, look around, tell me which one of these niggas you ain't had sex with. Not which one you did. Imagine you such a hoe. Don't show me who you had sex with. Show me who you did not have sex with. That might be an easier number to count. That's a whore. That's how we are as a people. Which religion have we not been in? Waiting. Have you ever seen a Chinese Muslim? Have you ever seen a Russian Rastafarian? You get the point what I'm saying? Have you ever seen a Aborigine Egyptologist? Right. Some of those nations, they have been in other religions, but not like us. We, you know, we get naked for everything. Just like a whole, brother. And just like a woman who is a whore to her husband, she falls deeply in love with the outside man more than her husband. Until the outside man hurts her more than her husband, then she come back to her husband until she finds another man to fall deeply in love with. Brother, when we go into religions, brother, we go into religions full tilt. You understand? We go into religions like Abu Bakr went into Islam. The point? Abu Bakr, I forget his whole name, something Phillips. He had a sister who was a politician called Daphne Phillips, right? He used to be a police officer. No doubt he wasn't always into Islam, all right? He started into that Islam, brother, and grew in power because he went full tilt into it, all right? He went so full tilt into it. He had, don't sweat it out, don't worry about it. Let them listen, they in here, don't worry. Best place for them to be crying and acting out. Don't worry about it, let's focus in. All right, focus in now, don't worry about them. Let them do their thing, the kids, that's what they do. All right? He went full tilt into his, you know, outside man. To put it a better way. All right? Keep reading.
In the ways thou hast sat for them, as the Arabian in the wilderness.
I read that last part again.
In the ways thou hast sat for them.
Okay, so something going on y'all end a chord messed up or something. Your volume get real low and you're hearing a high pitched song when you talk. Say it one more time.
In the way thou hast sat for them.
Yeah, I don't know. Your volume get a little bit low, and when you read, there's a high pitched sound coming through. All right, hold on. Let me drop you out and I'm gonna add you back. Let's see if that works. All right. Somebody pick up and read there from where we was at. Either Gabal or Lewis until they come back.
Got one concert. In the ways hast thou sat for them, as the Arabian in the wilderness.
All right. So now look around, see who you have not laid with. He's saying, in the ways you have sat for them like the Arabian in the wilderness. Somebody make me understand that.
Well, I guess,
Come on, Sean.
Is the Arabian in the wilderness like a wild man who just about, you know, he is in a certain place waiting for people that to pass and kill them up and nobody gets to them, but he's a wild man, you don't really care.
Yeah, you have to know something very key about Arabs to understand this. Okay, follow the spirit. Does a whore wait in the way?
Yes, sir.
Does a whore wait in the way to kill people? What does she wait in the way for?
Come
on, Nigel. Don't worry about it. I know the rest of them scared. They didn't want to answer. They didn't want to show too much of that old man. Don't worry about it, Nigel. Everything is for their learning. Everything is for their learning. You understand? Don't worry about it. No worry. All right. Don't worry about it. I ain't gonna hold it against you, brother. I understand it very well. You understand? I understand it very, very well. I know where Villa Capri is. Let's put it like that. I understand it very well. All right, come on, Nigel.
Like I said, just like a prostitute waiting on a client.
Right. She in the way, you know. Okay, she waiting on a client. But okay, a woman in the way, meaning like along the way, along the roadway, she's just there. Now, how does a whore wait in the way?
Like I said,
come on.
She just flexing around, you know, walking and thinking. If she gets somebody anyway before that man, she go.
Okay, you skip over it quickly. She's flexing around. She's flexing around. She's showing that tail. She walking in the street. Don't let there be a red light close to where she flexing. That's why some places they call it the red light district, because them broads coming out as soon as you stop at that red light. And brother, you better break the red light if you're not strong. You better run that shit. Pay the ticket. Pay the ticket is a cheaper price because, brother, if you stay there long enough, brother, and you're not strong, you're just going to pop the lock. The door's going to just go kukunk. And the lock's just come up. Some of y'all going to fight the seat belt and pull it. Open the damn lock. And come sit down, dust the seat off. All right? But she is abusing you into something. Read the scripture read the scripture, whoever's reading, quickly. Go on.
No, come on, sir. In Salakia. We want to read from 2.
Okay. See who has in the ways thou hast sat for them. In the ways thou hast sat for them.
As the Arabian in the wilderness.
As the Arabian in the wilderness. This hoe is sitting there trying to seduce you to come lay with her. As who?
The Arabian in the wilderness.
Now, this is what you don't understand. An Arab is a merchant by nature. Always selling something. Just like a horse sells ass. An Arab, he's selling everything. He has been historically merchants. That's why the movies, how they depict them with a caravan, an Arab caravan with a whole ton of camels and stuff piled up. That ain't, the house they move in. That's goods. They're selling. That's why Judah sold Joseph to the Midianites, who was Arabs. Because the Arabs, they could sell anything, including slaves. Right? And that's why so when they come to you, that talk is marketing. It's pitch talk. You understand? Hey, brother, are you the original Asiatic man? His story is his story, brother. Library is library, brother. Tell-I-vision, brother, not television. The whole thing, it's to sell you something. You understand? It's selling. It's something to sell because the Arab is a merchant by nature, right? In the desert, it's hot during the day. They travel by night. And of course, at nighttime, it's a lot cooler. But what is giving them their light to travel? At night, it's darker. But what is light in the way?
Yes, sir.
Come on, Sean.
All right, probably there are lanterns or whatever.
Nope.
Salakia.
Nigel.
Like yes, sir. Stars.
The stars and something else. Andrew.
Moon.
The moon. Now you see why they worship it.
Oh,
You understand? Now you see why they worship it. If we have time tonight, I'm going to I can show you some history, maybe another class. There's two gods called Ningal and Nana, which is the moon and the star, right? Which the Chaldeans worship long before Muhammad, right? Long before Muhammad, they worship the moon and the star. The ancient Babylonians did because, again, merchants traveling by night. Go ahead, Sean.
Yes, sir. So, the Persians and them parted like the mediums and them, and the media is something like, I think media mean hypnosis or something like that.
Okay, I don't know. I can't tell you exactly what meads mean. I could look it up and give you a good definition now. I can't tell you that. But the Persians, the Persian and the Mede Empire, they swallowed up that eastern region where India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh is. They are the Persians and the Medes. Right? They're the Persians today. The Elamites, all that, they fall under that Persian Empire.
So, yes, sir.
All right, come on.
It's two different people, the Arabs and them, the Arabian and the wilderness, the Arabians and them, right? It's not the same tactics then as the Medes and them. I just want to make sure I have it right.
Okay, the Persian and Mede Empire was an empire like almost like Rome, where it encompassed a whole ton of people. Oh, okay. And that's why we were up in there. You get the point? So it's not now if you're talking about lines like Ishmael versus Elam, it's a different line. Right. You get the point? As far as I remember, if I could be wrong. No, I think I'm more than 90% correct. Elam is much older than Ishmael. Right. Right? Elam is older than Ishmael, but he is still in the line of Shem. But anyway, let's not get too far off it, all right? Arab is always selling. That's him. He's a merchant. Right, and he sells things like a horse sells a behind. And that's the Lord is like, you selling yourself to everything, just like how these little Arabs sitting around selling something in the wilderness. You're just sitting around selling to anybody who comes by. Whoever come by for the right price, you can get with them. Now that's important to understand because that's the culture of the people whose religion Abu Bakr subscribes to. You get the point? That's the culture of that people. Come on quickly, Nigel.
Like yes, sir. So we also use this example too in relation to it goes to with Tamar and Judah.
Give me some more.
Where Tamar, Judah's daughter-in-law, dressed as a whore.
Right.
And we said when he was fasting, he went in with her.
Ah, boy, somebody studying. That's correct. But okay, what's even heavier about that is she dressed like a whore. Yet to seduce Judah, Judah was mourning his rib done passed. Woman passed. There was some dishonoring of responsibilities going on, and Tamar know what was supposed to happen. Right? Tamar know what was supposed to happen. You remember we went through the whole thing with Onan and Obed and them? Right. Tamar was supposed to get Judah's last son. Judah wasn't having it because he done lost so many sons. He's like, man, I ain't losing no more. Right? He wasn't going to give her the son to marry. She is like, I'm going to get an heir by the hook or the crook. She dressed like a harlot, waiting in the wayside for Judah to come down. Judah had sex with her, gave her his signet. His shield, not his shield, his chain with his signet on it. And that's another precept to show we always wore chains with our symbols. Right? Every brother have a design, might be a name you would put on your, if your name begin with D, you put a big D on your chest. He gave her his chain in exchange. He told her, hold this later on, you could come redeem it. Meet me here and say, I'll give you some gold, so you give me back my chain, that'll be a payment. But of course, she wanted a son, she wanted to conceive. All right, but she held him to it. But that's another story. But the heavy part about that is when you read the description of how Tamar dressed, she covered up her face where only her eyes were showing. And the Bible calls that the attire of a harlot.
Con, sir.
You understand? Because, of course, if her eye game strong, you're gonna get lost in them eyes. You're gonna start fantasizing about the box just through the damn eyes. You understand? And her face ain't gonna matter. That's just another side piece of that is not part of our culture. That's the Arabs bastardizing everything. All right? But anyway, so now we know the Arabs is traditionally merchants. They're just into selling good things for profit and money. All right? Islam came to Trinidad with the East Indians through those who descended from that Persian Empire. Half of them Indians is Hindus, the other half is Muslims, and a small percent is Christians through conquering, right? Started rising in around the 60s and 70s. In the 80s, we went through depression or a downturn in the economy in Trinidad with the lowering of oil production and lowering of the oil price. Trinidad went through, you know, hard economic times. Then we had the rise of the Jamaat al-Muslimin up against the government of that time to overthrow the country, right? So now, the coup started in July 27th. It lasted till August 1st. I have some footage here. Hold on. One quick second. All right. Bear with me 1 second. Read the scripture one more time with who have lain.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
3 and verse 2. Lift up thine eyes unto the high places and see where thou hast not been lying with. Ways hast thou set for them as the Arabian in the wilderness.
Right? I look around. You have set for them just like the Arabian in the wilderness, right? Which is heavy because, again, as I say, the Arabs have traditionally been merchants. That's what they've been known for, merchants. You look in any movie, the Arabs have been merchants. You see them they had that movie, The Mummy or Mummy Returns or whatever. What them Arabs was doing before they become, you know, the heroes or whatever. What was they doing? Go ahead.
So when they working to people and them, working and helping them, they get up on memory, yes, sir?
No, before that, they were all selling. They were all merchants. They were, you know, even that so-called star, he had a ship. That's why they used him. He was damn near like a pirate. Right? Even the Arabs, they had ships that they could sail them rivers, sail them seas because they were heavy into trade and merchants, which again is why they were so instrumental in the slave trade. You understand? Because they had the ships. They were you know, merchants. Always there. Where the hell is this thing, man? Hold on.
That's deep.
Go ahead.
I don't know if that could be another point right now, but remember when the mummy the Arabian man, he had on stuff pen and something like that. He had a Christian clothes, he had this, he had that, he had that. You remember
why you think he has that?
Because the same thing I'm talking about, he just selling, you don't care who he does, he worship, he just selling.
Okay, not so much. Not so much that part. I'm gonna look this up again. I done lost the goddamn email, Mr. Lock. Okay, it's not so much he's selling. But come on. We'll take a shot.
Every customer, you can appease every customer.
That's it. You understand? When he come across Christians, he pulled the cross out. God is good. All the time. All the time. God is good. Come across some Muslims, he tuck that in. Get the point? It's like that. The Jewish man also does that too. Right? And that's what happened with the Jewish man as well. Get the point? And he come to his people, he had one thing. He comes to deal with the Arabs, he had something else. I had this thing somewhere, and I don't know where the hell it is now. All right, so now, let me see if I can make you all understand what happened.
Salakia, sir. I'm going to go for some a glass of water, okay?
Say that one more time, brother.
I was going to go for a glass of water real quick, sir.
Yeah, you do your thing. You do your thing, huh?
All right.
Right? When you're ready, you can dial back in. Let's put the phone on mute in the meantime.
Can't, sir.
All right. So now this is some footage here from when they took over that night, all right? Yeah, a little bit slow, Salakia.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to take this opportunity to inform you that at the Royal Stadium this afternoon,
Right? So of course, this dude here in the suit and tie, they do a green screen. He's doing a documentary down there on the whole thing. The guy on the right, extreme right, in the dark brown shirt and tie, he was the news anchor that weekend. And everybody else in the room is part of the Jamaat al-Muslimin that went in there and, of course, overthrew the government. Can you all hear? Okay.
the Prime Minister is on the list because of the cabinet, and we are going to be there.
Maybe I might have to skip it out. Go ahead, Al.
Once again, sir, may I start some? Two questions.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Al. I'm listening.
Okay, sir. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
You said you had two questions?
No, sir. I wanted to ask him something concerning if you get more volume number.
No. I think the tape itself is low. Like, I can hear it, but I think the tape itself is low. All right? But, okay, I'm going to try to skip through it because there's some parts here I wanted to show you all, but I'm going to just probably have to talk about it. I'll send you all the links. You all could watch the documentary. A lot of the history is not really there because, of course, this is 1990. This ain't no internet, and we're talking about Trinidad. With the documentation of stuff, it wasn't that heavy. But once again, a lot of people got killed. A lot of people lost their lives. There was two different things going on in two different buildings at the time, right? All right, so this is the news. This was happening at the news station. In the parliament, this guy here is the Minister of National Security. The parliament was, eerily empty that day, where the members from the other political parties, some of those members were not even there. Some of them were not even in the country. All right, you could go back and check it out. Basdeo Pandey, who was the then leader of the United National Congress, he was not in the country that day. I believe Manning and them, they probably wasn't there yet, but whoever was on the other side, it was out of the parliament. You understand? It was conveniently absent on that day. Oh boy, it's bad now because you can't even hear it. Right? Damn, I wish the links I had before actually had everything. Let me see if I could pull something else up to show. Hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Once before the attack, everyone is safe. No one has been harmed. Women and children at home.
How about this? You're hearing this now?
Everyone come.
The gun waved in his face. There would sit on TTT's set, the man who was attempting to overthrow the Trinidad government. I don't know.
All right. So now let me bring you all up to speed a little bit. He got on the TV and he said, you know, where is your prime minister? Where is he? Where is your leader? It is obvious God has given me power today. Today, God has put the power into my hands. That's what he said. All right. Now, in the other building, he had other men beating the piss out of the leader, end up shooting him in his leg, trying to get him to yield the government to them so that they could take over and run. Right. So this is footage from when they first stormed, that's when they stormed the newsroom.
No longer reaching much of the population, some rose on a very different day. Muslim leader was angry.
So these people are playing with your eyes. When morning came, started to feed them a lot. Because we had not complied with the getting restoring the broadcast. Right.
So apparently they cut the broadcast off. I remember I was a little boy. After a while, they went off air. So they saying because they didn't restore the broadcast that he could be seen on the TV and doing whatever, he started telling the people, you know, trying to get the word out when the broadcast fully did restore that, you know, the newsroom and the politicians are playing with the lives of the people, that they playing with their own lives, you know, once again threatening to kill them. Now, this was all under the premise. But let me ask you all, what is the reason they say that the Abu Bakr and the Jamaat al-Muslimin overthrew the government?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I remember the exact course of actions or what led up to it, sir. I remember you talking about last week that it was because of some unfair, it was wages and conditions and something led up big thing, some form of injustice. Then to the part where the oil, they were selling the oil at a level and the people wasn't benefiting from it at all. And they let some foreign person come in and rub most of the oil and things like that, right?
Okay, that's how it was. But anybody else remember why? What was the premise of the whole coup?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I think it had something to do with the drug trade in the country, sir.
Okay, that story came about after.
Yes, sir.
But around that time, there was a given reason for why the government was overthrown. Go ahead, Al.
Yes, sir. One, the country was going through a depression. They also brought in the first tax.
They instituted tax. They instituted VAT. What you know as VAT today, value-added tax, right? That was instituted, I believe, under that government, right? That was to raise funds to try to buffer the loss of income, of production. All right.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I think there's also a corruption scandal with O'Halloran and a lot of men who stole money and left to go to Canada as well.
There was that too. Because it's a third world country, you're always gonna be plagued with scandals. You get me? You're always gonna be plagued with that type of stuff. But the main reason they gave for doing what they did was because people of Trinidad is suffering, no jobs, poverty, politicians are stealing money. We need to do something. They're oppressing poor people with all this tax. Also, to some of them politicians, at the time, they wrote into act bills that would take away or cut short or reduce people's pensions, people SSI, Social Security income, that type of benefit. All right. That they were taking it away from the people. And people were really upset over this shit. Fully upset, because now that, poverty is rampant, and it seems like it's what they're putting in place to turn around the poverty was more so oppressing the people. Get the point? Go ahead. Come on, Nigel.
They were saying introduce cola to the worker.
Say that one more time.
Cola, also introduced cola.
They introduced cola. That's an old school thing, man. No longer hear about cola. They introduced cola, right? So everybody was in a bind over it. Right? It was in a bind over it. There was a whole ton of, it was a lot of economic things going on. It was more financial, all right? And boom, Jamaat al-Muslimin step forward and overthrow the government, right?
Like I said.
Go ahead.
So also, was that the time that they introduced men like Junior Sammy and them to get contracts, and the same brothers wasn't benefiting from it?
Okay, I wouldn't say at that time. I don't know when he started doing his thing, right? I just remember seeing the trucks young, but to say it was around that time, I can't say for sure when he started. All right.
Like I said, one more thing.
Go ahead.
That public servants got the pay cut. That was the major thing.
They took pay cuts. They took reduction in pension. Not welfare, but social benefits. They started slashing it, and then on top of that, introduced VAT, which was tax. So now, if you pay in $5 for a bag of rice, you might pay $8 now or $7 now. You get the point? So it was a time where people was tight over the shit. All right. Now, everybody know who Crow is, right? Right? Who is Crow? Say again. Speak up, Ak. Speak up. Let me hear you all. Don't get lazy. Don't get quiet.
So like you're a Calypsonian, so.
Right? He's a Calypsonian who does what? Social commentary and political commentary, right?
Okay. All
right. So now let's listen to something that Crow said in the mix in the aftermath of the coup. All right. Now you're gonna see some visual here. Some of them buildings that got destroyed. It was a horrible time for the country at that time. All right. So let's listen to what he said.
Meditate, brother, check your head. In every rum shop, every street corner, Robbie is your biggest blunder. Is all your psycho Abu Bakr. Go pass out the prime minister.
Right. So now y'all see what they're selling here, right? This is goods. This is you have what Americans call eggplants on the right, right? We call it melangen. You have the cucumbers, your carrots. You have one in the back there, pumpkin, right? This would normally be in a store, right? But where is your store?
So like yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Mash down, it burn up.
It's right behind. So in the background, that's what majority of everything look like. Right? Even what you seeing here? Nail polish remover, toothpaste, baby oil, lime alcohol. That's old school. That's how far back that is. Is still sell lime alcohol? Anybody know? Lime alcohol.
What about that?
Vicks Vapor Rub. So this is where you would go in a store to get it. Now you just had to get it from whoever on the side of the road, because with the coup there was a lot of looting and rioting and shit like that. It didn't go how Abu expected it to go. All right. So now listen to what Crow's singing. Just listen to his lyrics. Those are y'all who could keep up with his accent. All right.
I'm not saying that he should be dead, but I'm the I'm not saying I'm sorry for Robbie. I'm not saying that he should be dead. But you beg on your hand, take it easy. Meditate, brother, check your head. In every rum shop, every street corner, Robbie is your biggest blunder. Is all your psycho Abu Bakr. Go pass out the prime minister.
Right, what is he saying there? Somebody translate it for me, Andrew.
It's called government itself that has signed up Abu Bakr to kill the prime minister.
Right? Meaning what? When he said the government, what does he mean?
Meaning to say that the introduction of tax.
policies, everything that was going on. So now you see what was in everybody's mind about it being something financial, right? All right, let's listen some more.
But when the bell ring, all you step on, all you didn't support Abubakar. I go here, all you complaining again. Man on the rest trading for the state. School book so high, service so low. You could have need him to come and here, Kaiso. So get conscious, brother and sister.
Right? So his Calypso was saying, say a prayer for Abu Bakr, who was the leader of the coup, the insurrection. Now, around that time, low-key, there was a lot of people in vocal support of what Abu did. Right? Anybody knows why? Come on. Let me hear somebody else, Sean. Rocky.
Where wickedness the people want?
Say that again?
Where wickedness people want?
I ain't hearing what you're saying.
Where wickedness people mourning?
People mourning, but why were people in support of what Abu did? Some people. Just explain it a little more if you could. I think I know what you're saying, but I want you to give me more. Anybody else?
Lucky also.
Go ahead.
The measures that the government was putting on the people was impressive. So they kind of looked to him as a hero, basically, with the stance I took. That's it.
That's it. It's a victim. Give your brother a hand. You understand it? It's him, both him and Rob, they want it. Like where the wicked rule, the people mourn. So now the people looking at the government as being wicked for what they're doing, and they're going through a hard time and they're feeling oppressed. This is one key thing you must understand about our oppression. Our oppression is an integral part of the heathens remaining on top. Because when we're oppressed and we're poor, we don't think with reason. We just look for a quick solution. You understand? Okay. And what Abu did, it may not have been what the average man did, but it was something. At least he did something. How much times you hear that? Well, you can't complain. At least he's doing something. And that's what people want. And okay, Trinidad is heading back in that same direction where people are oppressed and people are stressed out and they want something to be done. You get the point? And I'll listen to Procure here a little bit more.
July 27 was an attempted coup in Trinidad Tobago, and we had mixed feelings with people. But the reason why I wrote this song is because I thought that Abu Bakr is a man, as any one of us, and I saw a different strength, a particular kind of strength in Abu Bakr. That I hardly see much men, much Trinidadian Tobagonians. It's not like you just see people suffering and people clamoring and saying something and then doing it. He was the man, he was the strong man, he was the man who decided to take up this train and do something for so many poor people. Correct.
Now you understand. Everybody poor and struggling. And he said, this is something, you know, people poor and clamoring together, but, you know, nothing was done. And he's saying Abu and them Muslims, they show a certain amount of strength that he wasn't seeing. That is the fault of the Christian church. Because Christianity done weakened men. You understand? Christianity done weakened men, and Christianity done turned us into victims. You understand? Christianity done gave us a victim culture. So when Islam, which is the religion of another nation of people that is also used to enslave people, flex, Islam flex ain't Christianity flex. Islam flex is appealing to a man, seducing to a man because of what? The strength that is absent. You get the point? When you're poor and somebody drop $5,000 on your desk and tell you they want you, you know, commit a crime. To a poor man, $5,000 is a lot. because money is absent. You get the point? When something is absent, any little thing added seems like a lot.
Like I said.
Seems like, you know, this is it. You get the point? So Christianity done took away masculinity. Islam, because the Arab is a wild man, he's a violent man. That's the only masculinity you know. That's the only masculinity you see. So yeah, he did something. You get the point? Who will say Salakia? Go ahead.
We also compare it to, you know, sometimes like a woman, or even as a poor man, but compared to more to a woman, you know, she's in trouble, she has no man, no source of income. Any man that flashes anything in front of her, no matter how much it is, they'll grab at it.
Yeah, it's where something is absolutely absent. When the slightest little thing comes around, you're gonna think it's rain falling. When it's not, it's just a small thing. Or it's the wrong form of that thing, which is what Islam is. Islam is the wrong form of righteousness. It's the wrong form of masculinity. Islam is really not masculinity. You understand? Islam is really not, masculinity is obeying the Lord. You understand? That's what it is. It is obeying the Lord. It's obeying the Lord. And in this case, it would have made you not murder your people because you were oppressed. You get the point? Murdering your own people because you're oppressed is the way of the Arabs. That's the Arabic way. That's what they do to their own people. Why did Abu Bakr do it? Because he was influenced by Muammar Gaddafi. Gaddafi was recruiting a ton of people at the time. Abu had links with him where his men would go across there and get support from Libya, get trained, military training, come back over here, and it continued for years after that. Right? Muammar Gaddafi's motive behind parenting these men wasn't so that a country like Trinidad could get economic freedom, wasn't so a country like Trinidad could now, because the slaves cut cane there first, they would now rise up and rule. That wasn't his motive. And that wasn't Abu Bakr's motive either. What was the motive of that coup in 1990?
Okay, sir.
Go ahead.
I don't know, but I'm taking a shot at it, sir.
Uh-huh.
We actually to bring the influence of Muammar Gaddafi and the Muslims, that they really actually to take control of island like Trinidad and the stretch out.
It was to make Trinidad, it was a swapping of slave masters.
Okay.
It was to make us now no longer be Christian slaves, but now we're Muslim slaves. We would swap the cross for the Quran. You get the point? We would swap a soft pants and a suit for a kufi and a man dress. That's really what it was about. Because now, that video we just saw with that singer, he said it was, you know, about the oppression of poor people in Trinidad, right? That's what he said, right? Now, let's get it from Abu Bakr's mouth. Why he said
Thomas, organic.
Why he said they went up into the government. All right.
I've been charged for conspiracy to murder. I've been charged for treason. I've been charged for terrorism. I've been charged for guns and ammunition. Nothing has stuck because they just fabricated all these cases against me.
All right. This is Vice TV. Right? Vice came and interviewed him. All right.
How would you describe that to someone who never heard about what happens?
We were cleaning up the drug trade, right? And the government ministers was found in the airport by a woman police officer with all these drugs. I mean, I'm not talking about 10 kilos, a substantial amount of drugs. These ministers, right? And she to us and told us that the government is trying to kill her. So I said, well, I tell you, he was working with the narco section in the airport, of course in plain clothes and a uniform, and saw stumbled onto them over this here. So then he tried to get this matter addressed by the commissioner of police and everybody, and nobody wanted to take her. Say, you crazy, this is the Attorney General, the Minister of National Security, the advisor, and the major from the army. And this is ridiculous. We can't report these people. And then finally she came to us. 4 days after she came to me to complain about this matter, they created a mock battle.
Okay, hold on. Why is this woman coming to complain to them? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Because she believed they would be able to do something about it.
Why does she believe they would be able to do something about it?
So that yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Because she believed they had the power and they were man up to do something.
Because in her eyes, they are the men in the country. This is an example of Christianity failing. You understand? Of Christianity failing. She runs to who she knows in her mind will be able to do something about it. Now, this is his account of why he did it.
At Chagamas. And she was sitting in a bus. And one of the police officers in the bus shot her in her head and killed her. 4 days before they killed her, she came to me and told me the people who were in the VIP room, the people I just called and told you. So after I exposed that, then they unleashed the state machinery on me and occupied my land. And then every Friday I couldn't have any peaceful prayer. They would destroy the things until finally it come to the court and I arrested them and charged them for the murder, and that's the coup. That was what the coup was about. We arrested them. They said it was wrong and we could make this a settlement. And so they wrote an amnesty. They betrayed it, but after 2 years, it went to the Privy Council and then we were let up after 9.
Was the coup about hard times in Trinidad, Akim? For all the people who stood with Croco just now and clapped, and the majority of the older generation who thought the coup was because of hard times. From his mouth, what was the coup because of?
In his mouth, the coup was because the government was taking his land.
That's it. That's it. The coup was because the government started to fight him because of what he was, quote unquote, exposing. Now, whether his account is true or not, there's a stark difference between what people thought the coup was about in 1990 and what he is saying damn near 20-something years later, which means the welfare of black people had nothing to do with his action. The murder of so much people had nothing to do with his action. There's an interview, brother, I'm searching the internet for. I cannot find it, but I remember seeing it. There's a news reporter named Dominic Kalipasad. All right, Dominic Kalipasad interviewed Abu Bakr. This was maybe late 90s or early 2000. And he asked Abu Bakr, what about all the people that were murdered during the coup? The people who lost their lives in the parliament, in the newsroom, police officers, civilians who were dead, whose bodies they found stolen. Anybody knows what was Abu Bakr's response? Anybody want to guess? Go ahead.
Did he say that they were
Say that one more time.
They were war.
Close. He said something close to that. Go ahead. And let me tell you what he said. And brother, I'm gonna look for the clip and find it and show it to you. He said, Mr. Kalipasad, people die every day. So what? That's what he said. Islam is a false religion and cannot help black people. Not for black people. This is not for the betterment of black people at all. At all. You understand? If anything, we will die following it more and more. You get the point? That collision of circumstances only created one thing for the Jamaat al-Muslimin and their foreign support, which was opportunity. Opportunity to turn the country into a Muslim state. Oil prices dipping, economic failure, along with whatever side story he given about drug trade and the ministers and this and that and the other. Those things created the perfect opportunity to step in. And if you could successfully overthrow the government, guess what the people will do? What would people do if he successfully overthrows the government and changes how things are? What would people do? Go ahead, Lewis.
They'll join his little false cult.
That's it. They're going to applaud him and say, see, he did something for us. You understand? It was an opportunity. It was an opportunistic strike. It was there with the government coming against him. The government is losing favor with the people. What can we do? This had nothing to do with the welfare of his fellow brothers and sisters. Now, black people served 400 years of slavery, cut cane, been oppressed. You didn't rise up to try to say black people need to be in power. You didn't rise up to stop anything before. You rose up in the face of opportunity. You get the point? You rose up in the face of opportunity to sell your people again to another slave master, to another nation of people who would have just used us and abused us just like the Queen in England. You understand? Like there's no difference between Islam and Christianity because they belong to two other nations who use them to enslave and oppress us. Get the point? Enslave and oppress us. The other videos I'm gonna look for, there's some other good shit with them other videos. But brother, he tried to start a revolution here in the name of Islam, not in the name of black people. It had nothing to do with the people of the land. It was strictly for his own motive and his own gain. You understand? It was strictly for that. Now, the reason why he's out is because, of course, corrupt politicians. Right? He has tapes and all that stuff with them and making deals. They made a deal. They let him go. They gave him money to rebuild his compound. And now he's out. And this man shot the leader of the country. Whether the leader of the country was, oppressing the people or not. Last I checked, you try to kill somebody, brother, you get executed. You could imagine somebody marching into the White House or Buckingham Palace and shooting, what's the woman name? Who's the woman who in charge of over there? I forget her goddamn name. Theresa May? Or shooting Trump in the foot and walking out and being free? That ain't happening. That ain't happening. The whole system corrupt. And you was involved with the whole corrupt system. All right? You say at the time they was cleaning up the streets and doing whatever. Once again, it's that same jailhouse religion, that same brute show of force that seduces men into it. And of course, everybody who outside of it is so involved with Christianity, masculinity is absent. They sold their masculinity, like the Arabian in the wilderness, the merchant. He was able to sell their masculinity for a short space of time, but because the Lord is not involved in it, that thing failed. And it's failing just like every other religion fails today. You cannot have a revolution if the Lord is not involved in it. You cannot have something to fight back if the Lord is not involved in it. You cannot have the turning of things upside down if the Lord is not involved in it. You get the point? The I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth and where the Lord is at. And everywhere there's officers and priests of the Lord is where the Lord's will goes. You have our excellent officer in Trinidad, Officer Galawan. Anybody in the room know what Galawan names mean? Names means? Right. Live.
Revolution, sir?
Say again?
Revolution, sir?
His name means revolution. So the minute this brother came into the school, his words to me on the phone was, Trinidad needs a change. Trinidad needs a revolution. Poor people on the bottom, brothers dying, hungry, black people on the bottom, East Indians oppressing us. We need a revolution. We need a change. We need a revolution. Brother, he stayed here and did his 90 and got the name Galawan because of his spirit to have a revolution in Trinidad. But it's not going to be that foolishness you see that Abu Bakr did that killed black people. Is the country better today? Is the condition of black people better today? In any way, form, or fashion, did this man's actions invoke anything righteous that we could see today? Then he was part of the problem. Galawan is not part of the problem. Galawan is bringing the solution from the Lord. And this is going to be a revolution here. Galawan, why are these men in this room tonight? Why are they still here? Why haven't they left and gone and joined some fake religion and some cult somewhere, giving up their masculinity and going to the Christian church, or become a crazy, violent, wild man like the Arabs and put on a kufi and a dress? Why are these men still in this room?
Like I said, these men stay in this room because since they started off in March, they came into the truth. They've always been here. They keep coming to class, asking questions. They really want a change in Trinidad as well. They stick with me throughout. We did have a food drive in Silas. Right? Silas is one of the ghettos, as people call them. Right? They just say nothing good to come out of the ghettos, only guns and drugs. Right? We went, we did a food drive, we talked to them, Silas. Everything was good to stick through. I believe that these men are capable of being troopers in this school.
You say these men should be troopers. These men is worthy to sit in the same room with you as officially as one body in the school. That's what you're saying?
Okay.
Let's see. Who's that next to him?
Akim, sir.
Akim, stand up, huh? I want to explain to me why this brother should be a trooper.
This brother should be a trooper.
Somebody just raise the camera up and see the brother's face. Just tilt the camera up slightly so I can see the brother's face. Go ahead.
This brother should be a trooper because he's diligent, he's strong, right? He's here to support and protect his brothers, right? So always in class, right? Never late, always on time. And I believe he should be a trooper, and I believe his name should be Maikwa, right? Which means garrison.
That's right. That's right. You'll get our brother a hand. You'll get our brother a hand. This young man here, Galawan, reports to me daily. I mean, he started off reporting to me once a week, then he would just call daily for everything. Like every good soldier should. Get counsel and move on. Get orders and move on. Galawan has been telling me about this brother here, how strong this brother is, how down for his brothers, how he is, how he goes to war for his brothers, how he's solid and focused and disciplined. And because of that, with counseling with Galawan, of course, with General Mahaman, who gives every person, man or woman, boy, girl, child, in here their names, which is approved by Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Through the Spirit of the Lord, your name from now on will be no more whatever it is, but it would be Maikwa, right? Maikwa, which means garrison, which is like a fortress, which is like a fort, something that you build up strong, that you can defend and attack. It means garrison. So that's going to be your name. From now on, brother, okay, let me ask this. You are offered the rank of trooper in this school, right? This is an oath you cannot come up off of. The Bible says, and no man can put his hand to the plow and take it up. Meaning you can't start this work and stop it. There's a price to pay for it. Do you accept the rank of trooper in the school? From here on out, you will be now known as Trooper Maikwa. Look at the brother a hand. All right. Who's next to the brother Galawan? You could have a seat, Art. Who's next to him? Nigel, why should this brother be a trooper?
Nigel just he had a brotherhood with everybody, right? He always knows how to bring us all together as one, right? He's always here, helps out with food stuff and whatnot, sir. And I believe his name should be Yakad.
Yakad. Right, go ahead.
Right? Yakad, which means unite.
Unite? All right, give this brother a hand, right? This brother a hand. Brother here values brotherhood very, very much. He values the brotherhood very, very much and has brought his skill and talent into the school and brought a lot of his resources into the school, including his family. I understand the brother's rib, along with another brother's rib, you all get together and sewed all them headpieces, help the brothers out with garments, and continuing to help. And he's doing it in the spirit of brotherhood. His name from now on is going to be Yakad. Yakad, which means to unite. It means unite, right? Now, you're going to be offered the rank of trooper in the school, brother. Again, this is an oath before the Lord. This is something you cannot stop. This is something you cannot ever give up at. You have to die in your office. You get the point? You have to die in the service of the Lord, or Lord allow Christ come back at. Do you accept the rank of trooper?
I don't cancel.
All right, from now on, your name is going to be Trooper Yakad. Trooper Yakad, which means unite. You're gonna get the spellings and everything afterwards, all right? Brother, you could have a seat. Who's the next brother behind it? Sean?
Yes, sir.
Sean, step up front, Why should this brother remain in this class?
This brother should remain in this class because from day one coming to school was a young brother that did a young brother's stuff. Now he's shown a zeal and a diligence to the Lord. He's always coming, always asking questions, always learning, right? And he's sure. He never falls short. He's always adamant, right? I believe his name should be Tazawa, which means rock.
Get the brother a hand. Get the brother a hand. Understand that this you raise the camera up a little bit so you can see the brother's face, right? Galawan has been telling me about this brother. I believe this is the brother that made contact with you, Galawan, been on the phone with you, lays between the rest of the crew and yourself, you know, took things slow, then got up in the class. He's from the other side of the island, right? And he's been traveling with you all the time, rolling with you to every class.
Okay.
Right, this brother is very industrious. This brother works a whole ton, has a ton of skill, on and off the field, and he's bringing it in here to be used. You get the point? As Galawan said, this brother has grown all the way, took on the whole spirit of UPK and changed a whole lot. I've noticed it. He's changed a whole lot and has become a solid brother, and I pray the Lord continue to change him and build him up. From now on, his name is going to be Tazawa, which means rock. Something solid, something like foundation you could build on. Something that's immovable, that will never move. All right? Brother, you're going to be offered the rank of trooper. Can you understand how serious this is? Once again, you could turn it down. You could say, like, I want my life. I want to go and chase tail carnival coming around. You look like you enjoy a good fete. So you don't want to turn this shit down now. Come on now, turn it down. Go ahead, turn it down.
Hello, sir.
Listen, you're gonna be from now on. You're gonna be Trooper Taz of War in the Israelite School at UPK. All right, congratulations, boy. All right, who's the other brother? Who's the other brother there that should be in this that you recommend that you stand for?
This young brother here, I recommend him to be a trooper in the school. From day one, since he come in the school, Satan has been attacking him. And attacking him over and over, but he never gave up. He kept coming to class, he kept calling to ask questions about the Bible. Today he's standing strong in school because of that zeal of never giving up. Right? And because of that, I believe his name should be Bariyah, which means covenant.
Right, congratulations, good job, good job. Has again been reporting and letting me know about the brothers, what they're going through. And this brother here has fought Satan himself, I think. I don't think Satan sent no demon for you, bro. I think Satan came to you himself. He's like, this brother here, I want his head. You get the point? And this brother fights. He gets up every day and fights. Is always in class, always learning, always bringing his questions. And tonight he's making an oath before the Lord. You're being offered the rank of trooper in this school, brother. You don't have to accept it. Is this something you want? Is this a life you want?
Canada one cancel.
You understand that tonight you're taking an oath before men and the Lord, that you are going to serve him and enter into this ancient priesthood, into this ancient profession and do it its due honor.
Canada one cancel.
This brother's name is going to be Bariyah. He's now going to be known as Trooper Bariyah, which means covenant or oath, because his service to the Lord is going to be marked by the oath he makes tonight. That oath he makes tonight is going to give him fuel to go and conquer the earth. You understand? This oath he makes tonight, next time there's a trial and tribulation that is in his life, he understands now that he has given his word to the Lord, that he will honor this brotherhood and serve in this priesthood righteously and honorably. And from now on, brother, you are going to be known as Trooper Bariyah. Your name again means covenant. All right? Good job. You could have a seat. Who we got next?
All right, so this brother right here, I believe he should be a trooper in the school.
Who's that standing up there? I ain't see.
Yeah, right.
This brother here, you vouching for him?
I can't.
Good. You'll find a lawyer yet? I think we're gonna need a lawyer for this guy here. Go ahead.
This brother has shown diligence. Always in class, he helps out in the school. Right, he has showed leadership qualities. Right, and helping brothers and them stay together. We learn. Right, he also helps us to come leadership qualities. And
repeat that one more time, brother Slack. He also helps what?
Helps out with the school in terms of eating and stuff like that. Right?
All right.
Because of that, I believe his name should be.
All right. Go ahead.
Mahak Kwabal.
Right.
Means engine of war.
That's you understand me now? That ain't no joke name. That ain't no joke name. After I got the report on you, I was like, boy, just send him, let him loose. Just let him loose, let him go just tear everything up. We're gonna find out if who guilty and who innocent after. Right? Just let him loose. This brother here has been definitely locked all the way in That first class, Galawan told me something about the brother. The brother, he stood like how Joshua stand against the angel. Are you here for peace or war? And was ready to go to war. But since then, brother, the brother has been all the way locked in. And again, this bunch has a ton of resources. When I say resources, I mean skill. You'll have a ton of skill, a ton of know-how, a ton of knowledge with stuff. But your spirit is what comes through. And this brother's spirit is extremely warlike. It's full of warfare, full of, good warfare. I ain't just talking about fight. I'm talking about whoop your ass, cut your head off warfare. You got the point? And because of that, and because of his work rate, the Lord for sure saw it fit to give him the name Makakwa, right? Which means engine of war. Solomon had an army. He had a navy, he had standing army, he had horsemen. He had engines of war. When you look it up, it's those things that they carry up to the gates of a city, like a battering ram, or even like them catapult that send projectiles in to just destroy everything. Like, this is a brother who can go to war on command and wait and receive commands in the face of warfare. And from now on, your name is going to be Makakwa, engine of war. Do you accept the rank being offered to you as trooper in the Israelite school of UPK? Sure, you don't want to turn back from it. There's some Gucci shoes waiting out there for you. You know what I mean? You could go out in the world now. You don't have to take this.
Only need boots, sir.
Listen, you see what I'm saying? Go ahead. Congratulations, warrior. Most High in Christ, sir. You're from now on. All right, Most High in Christ. Congratulations, sir. Who else we have got one? That's it?
Nah.
You sure? Wait, hold on. No? I ain't sure. Hold on. I ain't sure. You sure about this, brother Ak?
Oh, God.
Come on, Ak. Let me hear. This brother, my nigga here, Ak. I think I want to do this one, Ak. Nah, go ahead, Ak. Go ahead.
Right. I want this, but I think you're trooping the school, right? Because his vibes brings, he unites everyone with his vibes. He's strong. He stands to the Lord. He asks questions. He's always here, right? And he never turns down an order, right?
If I could, Galawan, this brother here, when Galawan say vibes, I know you might not understand. This brother has a very royal spirit about him. Very royal spirit, very honorable, very dignified spirit about him. He has a good character. He's a good reputation. Has come in like the other men and grew in strength. Always have a good spirit on him. You know what I mean? He definitely bring a good vibe to the room. And if I could, Galawan, this brother's name, after speaking with Galawan, talking to Jeremiah Hyman about it, decided that this brother's name is going to be Shah, which means prince. Right? Your name from now on is going to be Shah. Shah and the Radian was connected as Shah, which means prince. Brother, tonight you're being offered the rank of trooper. Again, this is an oath before the Lord that you cannot break. You don't have to take this oath out. You don't have to take this oath. It's better to not take it and then, come later than to take it and break it. Is this something that you want, brother? Something that you accept? Is from now on, you are going to be known as Trooper Shah. You understand? Your name again means prince.
Right.
Go ahead. No, I'm calling him Prince, boy. Congratulations, Zach. All right. What we looking like? That's it? That's it?
Come
on, you're paying niggas to come up here, man. This cat here, I don't know what we talking about this brother here, bro. This brother, young brother, he needs to be out chasing the tail. We bringing him in this here, he throwing away his youth. Look at this brother here. This brother full of youth, young brother. He's supposed to be, going and turning up in the club, bottles up, everything up.
Okay.
Why is he here?
So I want this brother to be a trooper in the school because he's strong, he's very good with computers and stuff. Right? Very handy. Right? And he shows that diligence and a zeal for the Bible, sir, and for the Lord. Right?
Definitely. And also he has some other skill. These brothers here, brother. I mean, definitely the Lord done brought these men to your Galawan, and I'm seeing that more and more as they grow in the food drive. I was expecting you all to just go up there and just mess everything up, just totally fuck everything up. I was expecting the shit, but your brothers went in there and did the shit right in the spirit of brotherhood. And of course, this brother, because of your reputation, again, another warrior in here. You all warriors. Don't get me wrong. You all warriors. You get the point? This brother here, brother, he has the spirit of going to take down something.
That's right.
You understand? And you could give him something to handle, brother, and he is going to take it down. I mean, take it down, like run and grab it and pull it to the floor and hog tie it and say, all right, so here it is.
That's right.
And this brother, what's the name? What's the name, Galawan?
So I want this trooper's name to be Mathkoyak.
Mathkoyak, what does it mean?
Means rider or ride army.
Raider. Like somebody who will raid. It's like how them cops like to kick in your door and raid.
Oh God.
When this nigga show up, run. You understand? If you're not for us, you're against us. Wherever I send him, wherever Galawan send him, if you not with us, leave. Get the point? Again, you all fair warning. That includes all the single eligible women too. You'll see he young. You'll see he young. I know them tails gonna be turning up looking for it. Get the point? This brother's name is gonna be Mathkoyak, which means raider or raiding army. Like an army of men who come and raid and take over the spot for the Lord. You understand? You ain't raiding like all them, you know, how people just go and take whatever for themselves. What you take is because the Lord, it belongs to the Lord. You get the point? That you're gonna raise up in this school, you're gonna follow Galawan, you're gonna take that spirit, and you're gonna go out there and take brothers and sisters for the Lord. You're going to put that spirit in brothers and sisters that they stand for the Lord. You understand? You're going to go out there and raid. You're going to go out there and raid crazily. Like this is business, good business. You understand? And that's going to be your name. Brother, you're being offered the rank of trooper. Is this something you accept that? Or you want to think about it? You sure? Sure you don't need to think about it? You're sure you don't need to go flip a coin? I'm giving you fair warning. There's no life in this thing. Your life is over. You understand that?
Okay,
you understand your life is over. I'm not joking, Your life is done.
Understood. I didn't have a life before.
Listen, in about 2 years, you're gonna realize, even though you're joking, you're gonna realize you didn't have a life before. About 2 years, you're gonna realize this is life. This is what it's like. From now on, you're going to be known as Trooper Mathkoyak. Right? All right. That's it?
I'm not.
Pass the class over. Who else we have? Oh, Lord. Who is this guy here? This guy here, brother. This brother here. Come on.
Like I said, I want this brother to be a trooper in the school because of his zeal.
You know, this brother doesn't score. He's get breakaway and throw it away. You know that. You know, he's you want him on the team.
Not this time, sir.
All right.
I want this brother to be a trooper in the school because his zeal to the Most High. Right? He's a strong brother. He's adamant. Right? He comes to class on time, you're always there, he listens, right? And because of that, his name should be GEN.YAHANNA. Right? Which means storm of the Lord.
Right.
All these names been given to you by Jeremiah under hours and phone calls of counsel. This wasn't no light decision. Don't think we just have a, say, yeah, call him that. Call him Phil. Nah, brother. It's, this is the name for the rest of your life and the work of the Lord. And this brother here is very disciplined. Very quiet brother. But he pays attention a whole ton. Deals with a whole lot. Once again, true to the counsels with Galawan, the brothers, I know what every brother is dealing with. This brother is dealing with a whole lot himself. And still happens to make it in here every time. Still happen to grow in the spirit of the Lord. Came in here with no hair. You see he rocking them braids now. You'll see he rocking them braids now. And you and Math Koyak will divide the spoil when it comes to them tail. The young man and the smooth man, they all gonna divide the spoil. The rest of y'all all gonna get seconds. You're gonna lead the charge when it comes to the tail. And Shaw gonna walk in there, they're gonna be like, we. You get the point? This brother is very, very disciplined, but is very powerful in his spirit. His spirit is very powerful, and you could tell with how he operates. And just like a storm, brother, it builds up, and when he does decide to speak, brother, what he says is absolutely astounding and powerful. Just like a storm. And you are going to be the Lord's storm this time. You are going to be the Lord's storm. You're going to raise up in this school, brother, with that same discipline, with that same character, and that same power you got. And brother, and when you open your mouth, you are going to destroy everything in the way, like any storm. But this storm, like every other storm, is from the Lord. But brother, this one here, they need to avoid it. That's what I'm saying. All right? You've been offered the rank of trooper in this school. Is this something you understand? This is an oath before the Lord and before men. You understand? This is something you cannot stop doing. And hell or high water, brother, you have a duty to the Lord now. Something you accept, brother, is something you need to think about, or something you don't want. Is something you want, or is something you do not want? Something you wish to decline? Is this something you accept, Doc? You'll give the brother a hand. From now on, this is Trooper Sawap Ya Allah, which is storm of the Lord, or the Lord's storm. You'll clap it up. You have one last one. You have one. That's a day in the room, Mark? We have one last one here. Where's that old hard head from U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Croix? Where's that hard-headed? Y'all see him, right? He look like trouble. He look like trouble. Everything about him, y'all know this is gonna be a problem. This brother here, I'm taking my time with this one, brother. This brother here come a long way. Fought a lot of shit out. This brother literally fought the hurricane. This is one of the brothers that contacted the school and came into the school after that hurricane tore up Virgin Islands. And he said he would rebuild it. He would rebuild everything he lost. He would reestablish whatever he lost. And his spirit and discipline since then to change and follow UPK's protocol, his spirit speaks to that. And from now on, your name ain't gonna be no longer whatever it is. Now, you're being offered the rank of trooper. Is this something you want, brother?
Sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Now, if a next hurricane come through, don't tell me nothing about you're not a trooper no more. You're a refugee. Don't tell me nothing about that shit. You gotta start and not win that. Now you gotta follow orders. You get the point? Now, if I tell you buy a ticket and leave the island, now you follow that order. You get the point? From now on, brother, your name is going to be Shakan. Shakan, which means to establish. You understand? Which means to establish. Because you are now going to establish the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge in St. Croix, in U.S. Virgin Islands. You are going to run from shore to shore with this truth. You're going to run out there and get busy in the work of the Lord, because you have something to establish, because you are the establishment. You have that spirit to establish something, to build something. Galawan, he needs a headpiece. He need a couple. You all work it out. I'm gonna get the address to you. You're gonna send over one to him. All right, get them sisters doing an excellent job down up, all right.
Okay.
That's it. Any more? Y'all sure? Any niggas waiting outside? Not yet. Not yet. All right. Congratulations to y'all. Y'all are now troopers in the Israelite School at UPK. This is the work of the Lord here. And tonight you all are officially UPK. Y'all been UPK for the past 4 months. But this is official before the Lord and men, brother. Tonight we are brothers till the end. And we have a responsibility to the Lord and to each other to maintain that brotherhood in the standard of the Lord and keeping the standard of the UPK. You get the point? Welcome to Herakim. Salaki. Sisters, your sisters in the room, your sisters belong to some of these men. Look at these men tonight and understand that these men are the best thing in Trinidad right now. These men is fine gold. They're the best thing in Trinidad right now. There are other things in Trinidad that are good. These men right now are the best. Y'all count yourself lucky. Thank the Lord y'all going home with some of these men here tonight. But at the same time, know that you're not going to see them as regular again. All right? So when he says he's busy, just know I've told you tonight. He belongs to the Lord now. He's going to do a ton of work. You're going to see him less. But, you know, you're going to appreciate him more when he's around. All right? No problem. Congratulations again. Same thing for the brother in St. Croix. All right? Congratulations again, Akim. With that, pass the class over. Slakin. Do the prayer real quick. You have the oil?
Oh, God.
All right, come on, let's get it. All right, Trooper Shakan, we're gonna do the anointing with you in person whenever Lord allow at the Passover, all right? Or if you come up before. The other brothers, because there's a priest in the room there with them, we're gonna do the prayer, the anointing prayer, which is in the tradition of the UPK. Y'all just come up in that same order, the same order we did it with my Qua first, and then your card next to him, I believe. All right, yeah, and you're getting the habit, getting the culture. Y'all use them names too. No more of them slave names. You ribs in that room too. Y'all gonna get your names too. These just like how Galawan stood for them. These brothers gonna have to stand for you and say, yes, this sister, she ain't been a bitch to me. She been righteous. She been loyal. We go through our problems, but she's solid. She deserves a name too. But you sisters, y'all start using these brothers' rightful name as the Lord calls them from tonight on, all right? So we're going to anoint the brothers as is the tradition. Just in order, as Mikewa come up, God want you to put some oil in the center of that headpiece, and he just move to the back of the class. You'll just form a line. Just move to the back of the class. We're going to do the anointing prayer real quick, and then we're going to call it off, all right? All right, Abu Bakr wasted a whole 5 days. He went on TV and said the Lord put him in charge of the country. 5 days later, he was surrendering to the Trinidad and Tobago regiment. This is a real coup. This is a real revolution. Power we taking is the power that these religions have, that have these brothers and sisters lost in the world. And we taking them back to serve the Lord. You get the point? We taking them back for the service of the Lord. This world doesn't get to have these men no more. Y'all, as soon as he pour the oil, you got the oil up? No, so as soon as he pour the oil, just move to the back. Y'all just form a line and just follow. Just go to the left. Go around to the left as soon as he move, all right? Go around to the left. The brothers come and just go around to the left. Keep walking that same direction. Don't turn around. That's it. All right? This is how you do a coup. This is how you do a real revolution. This is something that really means something that matters to the Lord. And these men, Galawan, under your watch, brother, you're doing an excellent job. Under your watch, in 90 days, these brothers did more work than any politician in Trinidad. Under your watch, brother, we are going to take back these brothers and sisters for the Lord. Build this nation. You get the point? Trooper Shakan, you're going to do the same thing too out there in St. Croix. No doubt about it.
Khan, I don't want Khan, sir.
You know what I mean? No doubt about it. All right, let me know when we're done.
Yeah, Khan, that is it.
All right, so myself and Galawan, we're going to do this prayer. We're going to say this prayer. Only myself and Galawan is going to say it. At this point, when at a certain point in the prayer, I'm going to ask each brother to say his name. You're going to say your name. You're going to say your name once. We'll repeat it. Then you say your name again. All right? We're going to do that 3 times, and then we're going to finish the prayer. All right? All right, Galawan, you're going to repeat after me. All right?
Okay.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamarka.
Wayashamarka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Yasha Yahweh.
Yasha Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Bagun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
First brother, who's there?
Maikwa.
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 Say it again, huh?
Maikwa.
Maikwa.
Maikwa. Maikwa.
Maikwa. Next brother.
Yakad.
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 Yakad. Next brother.
Tazawar. Tazawar.
Next brother. Say it again.
Tazawar.
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 Tazawar. Next brother.
Maria.
Barya.
Maria.
Barya.
Maria.
Barya. Next brother.
Mahakwabal.
Makakwabal.
Mahakwabal.
Makakwabal.
Mahakwabal.
Makakwabal. Next brother.
Shah.
Say again.
Shah.
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 Shah. Next brother.
Maskoyak.
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 Maskoyak. Next brother.
Tawap Yala.
Tawap Yala.
Tawap Yala.
Tawap Yala.
Tawap Yala.
Tawap Yala. St. Croix.
Shakan.
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 Shakan. All right, Galawan, just repeat after me. Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Tawada Aman.
Tawada Aman.
Y'all clap it up, Akil. What we just said in the English was Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless, heal, shield, and protect. And that's when you all said the names in the name of Yahweh Shai and Tawada Aman, all right? Once again, Akim, your congratulations, man. This is the beginning of it for you all now. Y'all got a taste of it before, but brother, you gotta run out this fire. You'll leave a blaze of fire, all right?
Sir.
Congratulations again, Akim, and we're gonna wrap it up for there, all right? Shakan, you're gonna look out for a call from me. The brother's gonna hook you up. We're gonna get you a couple of headpieces out there, and we're gonna start to do some more things, all right?
Sir.
All right, listen now, those of you who got them ribs, go home and tell her you're a trooper now, man. Go and tell her you got some rank now in Command Gen.YAHANNA's army. Go and tell her you're certified by the Most High in Christ himself. Now what? Listen, you gotta do it a little different tonight. You gotta break all this special stuff tonight. Hell, Most High in Christ, all right, shalom. Goodbye again. Tawada for always rocking with us.
Bar, sir. That's all right.
All right, warrior. Yabashim Shabbat Katham.